Yo, what up, man? Welcome back to another episode of No Paperwork Podcast. Today we got the Compound Takeover. But before we talk about that, man, we got my co-host, Iman.
Back in the building. Glad to
We
be
got
back.
Joe Bob.
Woke up white again.
Yep. And taking over, we got the one and only, the firstborn, Mad Dog.
What's up with y'all? Mad Dog. Checking in with the motherfucking podcast. What's happening, y'all?
Welcome.
Hell yeah, man. What's going on, man? So now we got this takeover going, man. You taking over the No Paperwork Podcast. You came, you dropped racks on it. So, oh man, we got the money. I spent it on Christmas, but we said we gonna do that
What
shit.
you mean we got
A friend of mine
Yeah,
always
'cause
likes to say it
I got-
like
well,
this.
I got
Is
the
that
money.
broke?
Is that broke?
You know what I'm saying? He's a fellow Penn State alumni.
Got
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
All right,
I
man.
got my AA.
Let me dig right into this, bro, because you know I know it's your show, but today is my show. So here it is, man. This is a Compound Takeover. Pay attention. If you ain't paying attention, we ain't gonna wait for you. All right. So we've been busy, man. 2025, the Compound came in the game, and we're working hard. There's only a few handful of other rap labels or record labels that are working as hard as we are. All-Star Criminal Music Group, bro. Salute. Hats off to y'all.
Appreciate
Y'all
it.
doing your thing. You know what I mean? With Revolution Studios, the No Paperwork Podcast Studio, and there's a other few homies that are doing their thing. You know, Calico Entertainment. You got Dirty Mob now. If I forget to mention you, man, Jacket for Life, which is now a part of the Compound, and you might see him later on this segment. But yeah. So a lot of us working hard in the game right now to bring new music for you, content, and above all that, man, a little bit of guidance in life in the game, man, showing you that young entrepreneurship is here. Northern California, stand up. We got the spotlight on us, and no big industry is dictating our program. We're doing what we're doing organically from the street level up, and we're doing it for the people, so that Northern California Chicanos, no offense, white man, but Northern California Chicanos have something that they could identify to and identify with. You don't have to be gang affiliated, but this is a voice for our people. Just imagine when La Bamba came out and you was a little boy and you was like, oh shit, a Mexican singer, Richie Valens, ba la 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 Bamba. You know what I mean? We was with it. And then Selena, of course. You know, I mean, it was different, you know, when you grew up white and you watched the Bradys and you would be like, one day I'm going to mow my lawn with AstroTurf. You know what I'm saying? But, you feel me? So we've been grinding, bro. We've been hustling. Obviously, we've been doing things, you know, we've been working on things together collectively. You were part of a big song that I did this year, the North Side.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is like a bonus daughter right here, man. She interviewed me on For the Souls podcast. If you ain't fucking with it, go tap in, because it's really it's about some, you know, some growth, right? Some spiritual growth, some physical growth, some mental growth. You know, it's testimony. So tap in. What she was showing on her podcast and our interview, our interaction, it touched my soul. So I had to do a song for her, and I was on some Crossbranding this year. If you know, tap the fuck in. Shout out Bust Down. You know what I mean? We've been Crossbranding with a lot of people, right? We're doing our thing. So if you haven't heard the song, you know, you could look it up on YouTube. It's probably on my channel, Mad Dog.
And it's definitely on mine. If you go to my For the Souls page and you look at my intro, it's my whole intro video, which thank you so much for making that song for me.
So you want to tell the audience how we came up with that one together?
We did. It was our first time. Pretty much just like letting you know the kind of feel that I want. Obviously, if you guys don't know, I have For the Souls podcast. It's a testimonial based podcast. So I have a lot of the fellas on there that kind of just come show a more deeper side of their lives and of their stories and adversity that they've learned. And I wanted to really have you embody that level of depth, which I thought was really cool. And even just the whole cross branding that you were doing with even like Bust Down Sensei and showing that other side of your artistry, I think was super tight too. What made you come up with that plan, by the way?
So, well, in our community, right? Northern California just has this community of like entrepreneurship, right? We got tattoo artists, we've got, man, everything you can think of. And it doesn't stop with the entertainment aspect. So like podcasts, videography, photography, studio engineering, mixing, mastering, musical composition, right? So making beats. We have such a huge pool of talent out here, and it's just like network. Even these guys that are doing these fitness journeys, or they're promoting a healthier lifestyle, and they're available to be people's guidance, right? They're helping people lose weight,
Yeah.
get in shape, and all that, make them feel better about themselves. So when I saw all this, it has hit me like a ton of bricks that why are we not getting behind each other? Why are we not supporting each other? We have all these like clothing brands. We just have all these brands, period,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And why are we not getting behind each other and help promote each other's like businesses? And that's the only way independent stays independent. You know what I mean? And we're really deeply rooted organically from the ground up. We're what's buzzing in the streets. We're what's going on. Not industry, not dudes who have some white man behind a fucking record label or distribution label telling people what the public wants to hear. You need to do a song like this. That's what big industry is,
Right.
right? And so once you go across the grapevine, big industry has also kind of like taken control of Chicanos,
Mm-hmm.
Latinos. They have tried to dictate the agenda or the narrative of the Chicano music, right? Or what we're doing. So what we're doing up here is organic. No big industry is involved. What you see is what you get, and what I promote is people working hard for themselves, trying to create jobs in our economy, trying to create revenue, right? Trying to do better because it takes a village, right? And so as an OG, I feel like I have an obligation to really put everybody up on game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And not to change up the subject, but we're gonna keep it moving. What I represent and who I am as a person is what's next, right? So some of us come from troubled past, some of us don't. It doesn't matter, right? So what's next? What is the overall statement I'm trying to make? Well, what I'm trying to share with people is your past does not define you, right? So we go through things in life to gain knowledge, wisdom, perspective, right? So we have to go through what we had to go through to be where we're at. That's a fact, right? But sometimes cats have them blinders on, and I ain't mad at them. If we're not talking about the same shit in our music, I'm not mad at you, bro. But one day, if you make it that long, what happens next? What happens when you get your girl pregnant? What happens when you get married? What happens when you start a family and you buy a house? And now you're just a functioning member of society. What's the next level? What can you do? Right? So depending upon how you move really depends on what you can do in the future. And the point I'm trying to make is there's a future for all of us. Look at Joe Bob, man, with the comedy, the Trap House comedy, the No Paperwork podcast, For the Souls podcast, right? We all started somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't all have our shit together 100% of the time. We had to grow up a little bit, right? But growing up and creating these new opportunities for ourselves and other people doesn't necessarily mean we have to forget about our past, embrace who we are, man, but also embrace the journey, embrace the growth.
So what does that look like for you? What's next for you personally and as a business
So
man?
personally for me, right? So my objective this year was to put Doggy Dog on the map. My boy fucking Cinco hit me up, right? He's like, yo, I got this opportunity for you, bro. We got space here at the studio for you. And he had a few partnerships, and sometimes it's just the vibe, right? People are doing different things, and it has to fit, right? Your business has to fit with your lifestyle, or with you have to be in line. And if it ain't in a line, the stars ain't in a line, it ain't gonna work out, right? Now you're forcing shit to happen. So the opportunity came, it was available. Doggy Dog stepped up. I tapped in with the artist on the Doggy Dog label, Mr. Politician, your boy Serge, your boy Nico, Bucci, I'm like, what's up, man? We got this opportunity. Step into the studio, the Brickmade studio. We're going to do this. And at the time, it was the NOR studio. Am I right? Yes, sir. So, you know, it still is a representation of NOR, but it's a Brickmade studio and it's Doggy Dog studio and it's inked up by Jay and it's fan visuals. So we have this group now, and what we're doing is we're trying to align our energy with people like us. I'm like, you know, I am like an electron in a nucleus. I'm go energy. I'm bouncing off people, and if you ain't got the same energy as me, you know what I mean? All you're gonna do is drain my energy. So one thing you have to do is to be a part of this group, this compound, this connection, this fold. You have to be with moving forward. You have to be making moves. You have to have an agenda. You can't just sit back and wait for the world to come to you, because that's not how the world works.
Right.
You know, so we have in-house recording, production, fucking mixing, mastering. We got in-house tattoo art. We got in-house videography. You know what I'm saying? And so with that said, back to your question in a long fucking way, I'm cross branding because I see all these people doing things for themselves. And I'm big about helping people who want to help themselves. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if you want to help yourself, and I see that, and I'm like, damn, I'm all about that. I'm gonna help you. I want to be a part of that. I want to bring what I do to the table and try to contribute to your hustle. You know, my man right here, Penn State, bro, he got the clothing brand. Tap in if you ain't got it already. Shot me to fucking bless me with the Penn State alumni.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that, like you said, bro. You know, like I'm big on, like you know,
Cross-marketing.
yeah, bro. It's cross marketing. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, things have to align. You know, and to always be thinking about the future and always think about what's next. That's one of the biggest things, because my hustle and my ambition, what keeps me going, is because I want to set up my kids to have a better life. You know what I'm saying? You
Facts.
say, you know, you feel like a certain way because you're the OG. That means you want to help the people that are come behind you. You know,
Bro.
you want to make sure, like, my goal and my duty and responsibility as a man is to take care of my elders and make sure I lead the ones behind me in the right path. You know, and I see
Absolutely.
you doing the
100.
same thing all the time, bro.
Appreciate
So,
you,
you know, I
man.
salute you for that,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
And that's the same thing with the For the Soul podcast and No Paperwork podcast, is that we're not just celebrating today. We're celebrating the opportunity of tomorrow. We're celebrating and pushing forward for the ones coming behind us, and letting people know, like, you don't have to go out there and hustle this way. There's all these different avenues.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the kids today, they're always looking at the person that has the whips and all that shit like that, just like when we were growing up, right? We
Yeah.
all had
Yeah.
something that we looked up to.
You're looking
We
at the
all,
dudes with the money
yeah,
makers in
for
the hood,
real.
right?
But if we
100.
understand the way that money works and we learn the finances and we teach the kids that, you know, the compound has an LLC and OR has an LLC, and there's different ways to get funding and get money and to build up business credit and to, yeah, for real.
And,
Hey,
100.
and even
for
that
real.
financial literacy, right? Being able to share what it's like to start a business from the ground up, the problems that you
Man,
face along the way,
talk
and that
about it.
challenges are not they're part of the process, right?
Right.
Because everyone goes into entrepreneurship wanting to win immediately, and then they kind of,
Yeah.
It's
get a little
hustle.
discouraged
Yeah, it's a
as each
grind.
challenge comes
Well,
up. But
that also I didn't mean to cut you
Yeah,
off
no,
without
you-
using my blinker, but you know, that also comes with people thinking like all these little Instagram reels. Oh, you started LLC, you get your EIN number, you get 50 grand. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
work that way.
Nah.
You have to build up your personal credit. You have to build up your business
You have to
credit.
show value of your business.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, you have to show
Yeah.
that your business is making
Right.
money, which means you have to have the business bank account, the website, the email address,
The
phone
token
number.
white friend.
Yeah.
You gotta have a
Yeah.
token
Yeah.
white friend on the team to get
Yeah,
credit.
for
You feel me?
And to re-highlight something that Truly Goonie said, because it always stuck, he said, don't go into anything don't invest into any type of business or entrepreneurship if you're not willing to lose in the first 5 years.
Right.
Because it's a huge investment of money, investment of time, investment of effort, networking, cross marketing. You know, it takes a lot of work constantly, but it's doable.
Right, but
You gotta have a vision. You gotta have a business plan. It ain't for everybody. So if you rapping and you may have a talent, man, shout out to you. But if you ain't got no fucking money, don't fucking become a rapper, because you'll never make it. You will not have enough money to stay consistent in the beginning phases to get where you can. You may go viral. I don't want to turn nobody's dream down, but I do promise you this, man. You need a source of income. So whatever your hustle is,
cash flow.
you know what I'm saying? And I ain't for the record, I'm not encouraging nobody to go live some fucking illicit street life. You know what I'm saying? What I am encouraging is to create a business that is lucrative, but you have to have the money to finance that.
Or
Go
the
into a
knowledge-
trade.
The knowledge to
Right.
get the money and
Get-
going
yeah.
into a trade.
Getting
is
into
great.
a trade,
Yeah.
man. I'm an electrician by trade. Shout out my local 340. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of homies, you might not hear this about us, but are in the trade work. Because why? Because the trades, you have to be educated in at school to become that, but you don't necessarily have to go to college. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's that's what's up.
Another-
Period.
And we
know what I
always
mean?
need trade workers. Like we
Absolutely.
have a shortage of welders, and welders get paid fat. So
Oh yeah.
if you're listening,
Yeah.
look into that for real.
And another thing is too, like I remember when you graduated the apprenticeship for the electricians union, right?
Yep.
And I tip my hat to you for that too, bro. Because how many years did you sit down first too?
So I had to sit down for, damn near 8 years. It was 8 years. I had to go sit down for it. And when I came home, so here was the thing, right? So for me, I talk about this sometimes. It's called arrested development, right? It's when kids go to jail at a young age. They don't have an opportunity to learn simple things that we as functioning members of society do. Hold down a house payment or rent, electricity bill, heat bill, car bill. It's all these things that we learn how to be financially responsible because we have to be, right? Because everything relies on us.
Right.
So, rest in peace, my pops. He put me on early, showed me a little financial responsibility, and it was nobody's gonna come save you, son. You feel me? You are the final stop. You started having kids. Now them kids depend on you, and there is no after that. You know what I mean? So if you can't fucking make it happen for them, you're failing as a father to those kids.
So with everything that you're doing too, as far as leveling up your business, taking care of your household, how important is that cash flow for being in the trade to keep you stable and keep you able to do everything that you're doing? Because I think that's kind of something that people need to hear. You have to have that cash flow.
Man, you have to have a cash flow look at. I tell my sons like this all the time, right? You do what you got to do so you could do what you want to do, and I learned that from my pops, right? So you generate your income and you choose your professional path so that you can generate enough income to live a lifestyle that you want to live and do the things you want to do. This year alone, bro, it's been so busy for me. I've been to Monterey. I've been to Tahoe 4 times. I've been to LA 3 times. I've been to Vegas, and I've been to Honolulu, Hawaii. And the game don't stop. I put this like track list of everything that I did this year, like involved with Doggy Dog, with the music, with the compound.
It's all a
right?
tax write-off.
And man, I've been road running. I've been busy. And shout out to my wifey, Sella, man. I couldn't do it without her because she's with me everything I do. We hosted 414 SAC Unity. We hosted the 916 Unity. You know what I mean? Second year for both of those things. Shout out all the homies that participated and donated. You know what I mean? We did the turkey drive with y'all, right? We did several toy drives, one with Tigers Den Bully, one with the La Verdad Motorcycle Club. So shout out to y'all and all those giving back to the community, because that's more about what it is, right? So we can't just come up and then forget about where we came from. And I could get on the microphone and get in front of the camera and I could tell everybody, look, do what the fuck I say and don't do what I do. But, that doesn't necessarily, it doesn't align with certain people and where they're at in life. So you can't be mad at somebody because they're still going through it. They're still growing. But if you're a young homie or you're a young person, you're a young mom, an adult, I'm going to tell you like this. If you live with your mom, you're not a grown-up. You live with your mommy and daddy, or your girlfriend who's on Section 8 and you're pimping her for her fucking EBT. No offense. You feel me? You ain't a grown-up yet. You feel me? You're a grown man when you have your own shit. You pay your fucking bills so that you can live your life according to the way you want to live it. And once you're the king of your castle, you could dictate the rules in your kingdom.
And I think it's important to highlight too that you can make money, but if you don't know how to manage your money, then you're not utilizing it
Right.
in the best
Right.
interest to longevity in your career, in your family, in your business. So money management is a key factor. You're gonna have to sacrifice a little bit. That means if you can't
Yeah.
smoke weed that week, sorry.
Man.
You know, if you can't
We're not
drink that
paying rent
week,
this month.
sorry.
100, bro. Hey, man.
No,
This
hey,
is
but
a real
it's true.
you're right.
It's
No, because I
true
got
because
man, I got adult kids at home.
you gotta.
And I'm not gonna,
the
knock
whole
them.
fucking damn hell froze over.
But let me tell you this.
I can't
Hold on,
smoke it.
that's
It got
the fucking
habits.
limit. I bet.
Right?
No, it does. It
And
does.
here's the thing, bro. So it's very easy to lean on your folks when they're fucking making sure you got a roof over your head and you got a heater on. You know what I mean? You got electricity, you got Wi-Fi. Well, you got to worry about just keeping up with your fucking program.
That's
right?
where it gets misconstrued.
And
bro.
and some kids,
Fuck up with that.
some young adults that are still living with their families, they have habits that they can't afford. And so if I could teach anybody anything, it's that live within your means. You know what I mean? Christmas is a perfect example. It's a capitalist holiday, right? It does have a religious meaning. I am a God-fearing man. I am a Catholic, Christian, whatever you like to say, right? So I do believe in the religious aspect of the holiday, but there's this capitalistic part of the holiday where it generates revenue in our economy, right? It feeds the businesses.
Mhm.
So we're taught from an early age, you have to go break the bank. You got to go buy shit you can't afford. You got to go run up your credit cards if you can get them. But if you don't, so we're told constantly to keep up with the Joneses, or now it's keep up with the Kardashians. You know what I'm saying? And it's a real fucking epidemic where people are trying to live outside their means. Man, do yourself a favor. If you could only, if you only make $300 a week, you should not be spending fucking $100 a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that means you can't pay your fucking rent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference between having part-time income and full-time income. And that's between a difference between having a job and having a career. It took me 5 years to go through an apprenticeship program. 5 years before I was considered
Journeyman.
a journeyman, right? Which means knowledgeable of my craft, right? Which means whatever job you throw at me electrically wise, I could fucking handle my business, right? I could do it. I could get the job done effectively and efficiently, right? So you can't just sit around playing video games at your mom's house, fucking working your part-time job, thinking you're going to elevate your income. There's no such thing as a fucking job that pays you $50 an hour out of nowhere for doing nothing.
Yeah, and a good way to keep yourself on track too, I would say, and shout out my husband because he truly does live like this, is live like you're broke.
Yeah.
You know, like
Live under your means.
Under your means.
Be frugal.
My husband had a goal, and I reference this story all the time, right? We were young, we were in a 1-bedroom, we had 3 babies. All of our friends were buying cars out the fucking lot, living nice ass lives. And we were like, yeah, we're trying to be homeowners. We're trying to have assets. We bought a house before all of our peers. Why? Because we stuck to the script. My husband is really good
Shout
at
out to my
money.
boy Marco, man.
Yes,
God,
yes.
bro, he go crazy.
Mister For the Souls podcast.
For
You feel me?
The guy. No,
And it's thankful to him, right? And he wasn't always blessed to have the job he has now, right? At some point it was 9 to 5 and we were still growing our family,
Right.
Minimum wage. And he still made it happen. Why? Because he is awesome at managing money.
Yep.
You know?
That's another thing too. Like if you do fall back, hold on, use my blinker. I did cut you off again. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, like, if you do fall and you gotta live at somebody's house or you're growing up, you're a young adult and you're living at your parents' house or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't take it as a time to do what you want and say that you want to enjoy your young life. Take it at that time to look for
Level
a better
up.
career,
Yeah,
level
yeah.
up.
Utilize their
Yes.
assistance, man. If you're living with your folks, they're helping you out. Whether you think about it or not, because you think they owe you, they're your parents. Man, if
Don't
you living
ever
with
think
your
like
folks,
that. Yeah.
listen to me right here. They love you and they don't owe you shit. Once you're 18 years old, financially, they are no longer responsible for you. You can go to fucking prison or you can go die for your country. They do not owe you shit. So do your motherfucking job and get the fuck up out their house and become independent.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing is trying to help you out.
And you
Amen.
can, and I just want to tell this out to all the listeners, you can look up all the local unions in your area. You can go
Absolutely.
look up and see what you need.
Blue collar work
If you're
is perfect.
saying like, oh, I'll probably go and get my GED or my diploma in 6 months, don't wait 6 months, do it now. That shit
Man,
ain't easy. Hey, bro,
it
you
ain't
know
easy,
what?
man.
And you know what? A lot of people that I love about, I love about the Compound, the PaperWork podcast for the soul. Man, the people I keep around me, There's always someone that's trying to build. There's always someone that's trying to do better.
Level
And
up.
man, shout out to everybody that's always trying to do better. And if you ain't doing good, just keep moving forward, man. For
Yeah.
real. You can't just don't accept nothing the way you living. Even if you hitting 150,000 a year, don't accept it, man. Keep
Don't
going
accept
better
it.
because the better you do,
The
the
ceiling
more
keeps
you're gonna be
getting
able to
raised.
help out. You know what I'm saying?
Always keep raising your ceiling.
Yeah.
Don't ever be
So-
satisfied, because
or complacent.
you know what it is, man. If you don't taste it, maybe you don't never know it existed. I know plenty of people, man. When I was 18, I met a 50-year-old man who was just happy enough making whatever I was making at a warehouse. You know what I mean? And he
Right.
had 5 kids at home and a bucket and lived in a Section 8 housing, and that was it for him. He hit the ceiling and he was all right. He was cool. He was happy. I mean, obviously, if you're happy and that's what you want, man, so be it. But to be realistic, man, we live in a capitalistic country, and happiness is comfortability. And if you can't be comfortable in life, and this fucking California, fucking everything's going up. Everything's expensive.
Yeah.
They came and got all the field workers out of the fields. Who's
Yeah.
picking our vegetables and our fruits?
Not
You
me.
feel me?
Yeah,
Exactly.
But that also makes other people, like when they get their back against the wall, you know what I'm saying, feel like they have to do something. They're risking more than the reward. You know what I'm saying, like
Risking
liquor or
more.
something like that. You know what I mean? That remember, bro.
That is an aspect of it.
Them 2 bands is not worth them 10, 12 years that you might
It ain't.
do. You know what I'm
It
saying?
ain't. But how can you judge what a person's going through in their time of desperation? Because a lot of people don't understand crime is not a one size fits all. Like, people are just born, inherently evil, and they just want to go wreak havoc on the world. That's not what it is, bro. Most people committing crime are in a fucking place of desperation, and they're just trying to eat. I remember when my kid started school and I was a young parent, my baby needed new shoes. I pulled a lick that fucking day. I'm not proud of it. I had to rob another man just so I
Allegedly.
could feed my family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it be like that. So I don't judge nobody for poor choices or bad choices. Sometimes there's alternative. I wish I had a homie who got at me when I was young and been like, "Man, dog, there's trade work.
Yeah.
You could get a job making hella money. You could make over $1,000 a week working a trade, an honest living, and you don't got to look over your shoulder."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm pushing, man. And I want people to understand that there's opportunity. And if you don't know those opportunities, man, ask, reach out, DM me, hit me up on social media. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wrap this up, man.
Hold on.
This-
Before we wrap it up, though, I want to get into some things that we had that you did earlier in the year, like the compound compilation, real quick.
Okay.
Because we've been spending a lot of game, but we haven't got into the meat of what the compound is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I like
yeah.
the compilation you guys dropped. It was banging. How many tracks was that all together? I forget.
It was 15 tracks.
15 tracks.
15 tracks.
And
16? Okay.
16.
tracks.
Okay.
My bad.
So from the beginning to the end, it had everybody featured or songs from everybody on the compound, right?
Yeah.
So tell me how that project came about.
Okay. So piggybacking off of a couple other projects out of the compound, right? Shout out to my boy, my business partner, Young Cinco, man. Him and your boy Nico set off the year with this Separate to Elevate EP. If you haven't gone and peeped it out, go peep it out. Separate to Elevate, right? They dropped it on the first of the year. Me and Cinco and Nico did a video. That's how we kicked it off, right? And we've been running ever since, right? Then later on in the year, Cinco drops his full album, The Enemy of this, The Public Enemy. Sorry, The Public Enemy. Me and him, California Living. Shout out to y'all. All-Star Criminal Music Group and J4L came together and did the Heifers and Honchos. I'm on 3 tracks there. We did a video to one, California Active, with Calico ENT, Diesel, OG,
Tiger OG.
King Tiger OG, and BFD, right? So, man, I've been dropping videos, and then we, segued into the Bust Down Sensei video, another one I did with Cinco, right? We just shot the song, man. We felt like Crossbranding, get your fucking shine on. He fucking didn't disappoint, bro. We did the whole workout video. You know what I mean? And your boy was feeling himself. He was in his tip top shape. You feel me? But we had the Northsider one, right? So we just kept working, bro. So the group album I worked on this year, and we didn't come into the compound until like probably what, June, bro? When so maybe like June, July, like we came into the compound. Or maybe it might even been May, right? But so Cinco calls me up, we connect, we become part of the compound. It's already inked up by Jay there, it's already Brickman Music, and it's already NOR, as a household. We come in, I bring my crew, man, the whole fellas off the DD camp. Everybody's going crazy. Everybody's working. Everybody's just fucking. The vibe is dope. So not only that, but we got friends at the compound. Gas Pipe, a lot of people that we fuck with, man. Fats came, he blessed the album. Bo Biz, like we got a lot of good artists like on their top game right now in the game from SAC that, and it was just easy because they're always in the studio. Like it just, that's how it is, bro. It's like your guys' studio, Revolution Studio at No Paperwork, bro. Any given day, you have talent here. You have homies that are like pushing, doing things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it was. And so we did, I did the Heifers and Honchos. We did a group album. This is DED. If you haven't checked that one out, that one is 9 tracks, and it's with everybody from the Doggy Dog Camp, Mr. Politician, Bucci, your boy Nico, and your boy Serge. We came at it, got after it. And one thing I want you to know about the Doggy Dog Camp, not everything got to be gang related. We could be gang members, but we could still promote growth. We could promote success. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of what we do. So I come into the compound, bro, and we just, me and my brother right here, E.T. the Martian, bro, we're cooking. My man is, me and E.T., bro, have been at the forefront of all this music. I've been pushing him to grow, to become better, and he has. So if you need any kind of recording, engineering, mixing and mastering, tap in with ET, and he's now doing beats. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit.
So
And he's honest too. He'll tell you if your shit sucks.
Yeah,
he
shout
will.
out to
Because
ET, man.
he deleted 12 tracks that I dropped.
So we so we do the Compound album, following up after. So the DD album, E.T. the Martian drops his solo album, piggybacking off of Cinco's solo album, right? Originally supposed to be NOR, let him tell a story, right? So we're just fucking running music after music. We dropped a Compound, bro, and I had this idea. I was gonna give everybody their splits and their due. Probably not a smart idea, right? You guys probably learned it with the Heifers and Honchos. Nobody claims nobody wants to sign up for distro. If you release it through DistroKid, everybody got to sign up to have an account, or you got to pay for them. So just give them their royalties, give them their publishing. Don't worry about the splits because it's money that's just going to sit there, and people are not responsible enough to go take. They're not there yet in the game.
Right.
So food for thought. That's what I learned off the Compound. But I had so much fun this year, bro. Everything I did was like raw and uncut from the heart. It was just me being back in a creative fucking vibe and just making music. And shout out to Vidal Garcia because I did the blowing trees, man. Me and my wife went out there for our honeymoon, and some dude blessed me with some weed. Long story short is we was driving around the island in a rental car, blowing tree, fucking living it up in Honolulu, Hawaii, right?
That's
Go
the one you performed at my 420 show, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joe Bob. You know what I mean? We did the Dope Flavors 420 concert at the BBG studio.
Yeah, shout out
You know what I'm
Jesse,
saying?
you too.
Candyman Ranch. We did that show this year. You know what I'm saying? We performed the show at the SAC Unity, the 414, and we filmed a video for the Northsider song. And that's where I had King Tiger, Blanco the Bully, Bo Biz, Insane, BFD, Mafioso, Smoke. Who else was on that album?
Oh, I was supposed to be on it.
Yeah, Joe Bob was supposed to be on it,
But he didn't.
He was
No, we heard it when I was
he was
sober.
too busy chasing paper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No.
but you had a lot of people on that track.
Yeah, we've been busy, man. And if you ain't paying attention, bro, this is why I'm only where I'm at right now. Like quite as kept, right? The history of Mad Dog is bigger than what I've been doing this year. But it took me to do what I did this year to remind everybody who I am, where I came from, right? Because a lot of people could have been like, well, who's this dude? Where he come from, right?
Right.
All of a sudden. Well, if you don't know me, I'm about the hardest motherfucking working man in show business, bro. I push my people, I push my fellow business partners. You know what I'm saying? And obviously some people, it's hard, bro, because not everybody has the experience. And so I utilize my experience to try to push people to grow, to do better, be better.
As a good leader should.
So shout out to everybody from the Compound, man. Stay tuned. We're going to drop another volume this year. Shout out to everybody in the business that I network with, all the other record labels, bro. Shout out to my artists. Stay fucking tuned. We're not done yet. And we're going to keep working hard for y'all. And we're going to keep networking with people like us of like mind who see a future and want to promote success in our community without the dictation or the narrative of big industry.
Right.
Yes.
So one last question before we go. How was 2025 for you, and do you expect better in 2026?
Man, when I look back at 2025, I went through my phone today and I was just making a little like check sheet of all the things I did. Did features for Keeg Dog. We did a Unity event for 707, the first one. You know what I mean? The 2 Unity events out here. We were just busy, bro, and we were just being genuine. We were being real motherfuckers doing what we do, and we're making real fucking music, right? Good music. So it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'll tell you this, it's not everything we got. Man, I got so many different styles and genres of music. For the Souls, for instance, that was a more heartfelt gospel type song. You feel me? I got my whole, the things I'm doing with Vidal. Stay tuned for that project, right? It's more on some new wave R&B rap type shit. I got a project with JG, right? Eargasm Music. We got an EP coming out. It's the N Funk Classics. It's more singing shit, showing people to highlight.
Dope.
I don't want to create this image and this persona that I'm encouraging a criminal lifestyle.
Right.
But I am not clean. I don't have a clean slate. I had a past. A turbulent past. I had to learn some shit before I got to here. But one thing I do want to tell you guys is stay tuned for 2026 because I'm coming and can't nobody fucking stop me. The worst mistake y'all motherfuckers did was let me back in the game, and I'll stand on that.
Well, I don't think anybody let you back in. I think you took it over though.
Hey, boy,
You know what I'm saying? Like you came in 100. You came in. Nobody let you in, dude. You came in and you put your foot in it, right?
The game needed us, bro.
Right.
The OGs,
He
the
said,
game
"Stay
needed
tuned.
us.
Stay
And
tuned."
shout out to my brothers in the game that are OGs like me that was there with me with the whole 20916 connection,
Right on.
with the whole fucking 925 to 916
Yeah.
connection. We've been here, bro. We've been doing this. You can't stop me if you wanted to.
And
Right.
the thing is too,
Sorry.
I remember he told me this one time. He was like, "Man, you know what I love? I love that every time you go somewhere, you go anywhere, you'll be in every different area code, just like you, man. And that's
Roadrunner.
what makes the big difference.
Roadrunner.
We on the road. We not just on the internet.
Yeah.
We're in your face and in your place. You know
Yes,
what I'm talking
sir.
about?
Get you a reliable income,
Yeah,
so
hey.
you could do what you want to
Hey,
do.
and if you
feel
didn't
me?
know about the projects they got going on already, man, tune in, bro, because you don't want to be late to this party. You know what I'm talking
And
about?
shout out your IG and how they can contact you.
Yeah, so it's all lowercase, one word, Mad Dog _ 916. That's me on the IG. I can't really recollect the TikTok one. I know I don't work it as hard, but I'm trying. Check us out on DD Entertainment 916 and on YouTube. Okay, that's the YouTube. That's the Doggy Dog channel. And then I also have my personal channel that I kind of neglect, but we're going to tighten shit up this year, man. Stay fucking tuned. The Compound got our own topic channel now. And if you like the music, man, don't be too cool, man. You know what? One thing I got to give the young cats advice. I know you guys is feeling yourself. You're doing your thing in the rap. Don't be too fucking proud to like another man's fucking body of work. Come on, man. I could give due where dues necessary. I give props to everybody in this room, everybody doing their thing. Shout out to y'all, man, for working hard. Keep working hard on your craft, but don't be too proud to like a nigga's fucking music and motherfucking make a comment, bro. You don't be too cool.
Right.
You feel me? Show some motherfucking love for your community, Northern Cali. Stand the fuck up.
And that's it. That's what we're doing. It's all about support, man, and networking, man. Hey, Mad Dog,
We should do this
love you,
again.
my brother, man.
Appreciate
you know what
you,
I mean?
bro.
We've been locked in for years. You know
Day
what I'm
one.
saying? And I appreciate you. And this is just the beginning of the Compound Takeover. You know what I mean? We doing this shit. We doing this shit all night long. So stay tuned. We coming up with the next one.
Yes.
Tomorrow, you'll see it.
Appreciate y'all.
Did you say
All right.
all night long?
Yeah, we all night. Peace.
When times get hard, haters wanna pull your card. Gotta keep it gangster, bro. You gotta keep it gangster, bro. When you're riding around, sliding through your town, gotta keep it gangster, bro. Gotta keep it gangster, bro.
Ill gang. My respect is always earned, cause in them streets I'm far from average. Remember in my circle, known to let them suckers have it. Causing damage, never wrecking, well maintaining my composure. Graduated from a soldier, now the one that's giving orders. Got the team straight full of beast, out here thugging in these streets. Staying solid, always acting, never accepting defeat. Never catch me on my knees, I'd rather die up on my feet. Never let the opposition never get the best of me. Got a heart that's just like granite, kinda dark and hard to break. I'm just the product of my struggle, and it's just how I was made. If you were gangster, be a gangster, homie, thug it to the fullest. But understand it comes with rules and consequences for the foolish. Never snitch, never switch, never leave a homie stranded. Never talk down on your people and maintain a higher standard. Show respect to those who earn it, disregard those hating punks, and always keep a gangster, put that 14th letter up.
When times get hard, haters wanna pull your card. Gotta keep it gangster, bro. You gotta keep it gangster, bro. When you're riding around, sliding through your town, gotta keep it gangster, bro. Gotta keep it gangster, bro.
Logo. I put some slugs up in the sucker's belly to put some food up in my sons. Boy, I come from the slums where we stay chasing her. Every day it's get money, catch a buzz. Losing homies left and right, you wonder why we staying numb and lick it up. And yeah, I'm always twisting up a blunt. Look 'em in the eye, staring down the barrel of my gun, don't need the front. Live my life on the run, making moves under this Northern Cali sunshine. Throw up the gang, slang dangs and pack nines. Ain't no holding back time, my son got me looking at you cowards like it's snack time. So tell me who's the animal when I'm only trying to eat. Feed my seed, pay my rent, and put some shoes up on my feet. It ain't my fault, we play for keeps. When times get rough, fuck stress and keep it G. Love those loyal to me and fuck who turn their back on me. And since only God can judge me, yeah, my middle finger's up. Before you speak on mental ill, just know that we don't give a fuck.
When times get hard, haters wanna pull your card.